whenever you're ready.
June 15th, we set out to hike the Pacific Crest Trail. However, we did not quite accomplish that goal.
This is not a through hiking documentary. We failed at our attempted through hike. This is just our experience in Washington and Oregon, in the mountains, backpacking with our friends. And we had a blast. We wouldn't change a thing. We're really excited about putting this documentary together and sharing it, and we hope you enjoy it.
I'm feeling very excited and very happy and very nervous.
I kind of want to tinkle a little bit. We got, what do we have, 5 months, 4 months? 155 days.
140 days. And today, January 29th, we got our permits approved. So we're making our gear list right now, getting all of our exact gear lined out, and Bradley.
Yeah, it's gonna be, the trip's gonna be expensive, so we're counting change.
We think.
These feel really nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet.
For lunch, we got a complete cookie, and in one whole cookie is 440 calories, so that's kind of...
Oh, that's nice. That's a lot of calories.
Yeah. And then we're gonna throw in a peanut butter cup with it, and they have 250 calories.
Thanks, Brad.
Yeah. For our dinner, we're either gonna have mashed potatoes, and then you have rice, tuna, and any kind of hot sauce, and olive oil. 2 made, ready to go.
You look tired, Brad.
I'm not tired, you're tired.
Morning, sir. Morning.
Oh, look at that. Wait longer. If I could tell myself something about the weather, I would say wait longer before you started the trail, because it was terrible.
We got a ride and we're going to be starting tomorrow in the morning. Yeah.
Let's go!
Hey, Bradley, what are you standing on?
Beginning of the trail. That's kind of deep. Little rocky start. Everything's, I mean, we've probably done, I don't know, I'm sitting here right now doing this and we've done 5 miles. Started at 9:30 and it is now almost 4:15, so that's great. And we've been going through snow the entire time.
Our first night out here. It's not at all what I expected. I expected some snow at the peaks and stuff, but that is not what I expected.
It was the first day of the hike, and well, it was a lot of snow.
Getting hit with a nice sprinkle this morning.
Getting a little misty out here.
Alright, storm just moved in.
Nice and foggy. Bring a little bit of rain with it. We gotta get off this mountain.
So the plan is we made it, 7 miles away from Hart's Pass towards the north terminal, and the snow just got worse. The hills got steeper and everything. So we decided to make a safety call, and we came back to the same campsite we were the other night, and we're headed back to Hart's Pass, and we're gonna, I believe, go back into Winthrop, wait out a couple more days, and then just go southbound. So hopefully the snow's kind of letting up then, and then we'll just see where we are from there.
Nice snow coming down now. We're making decent time, covering some good ground. And then about an hour ago, started sprinkling a little and kind of tell the front was moving in. And now it's snowing and raining and sleeting on us. So that's what we're dealing with right now. Gotta love it.
Well, it's been raining for about 24 hours, mixed with some snow and some sleet. We're trying to do 20 miles today. It's raining more now.
It's magnificent weather.
Why are we doing this?
Because the trail's down there and Cole lost his hat.
Oh, shit.
You lost your hat! Alright, I'm gonna go get his hat.
Alright. That was so smooth!
I was out there alone, moving from station to station.
How's everyone doing? Yeah, you're just gonna have to flip it when editing.
That's easy enough. Ready? Bam. Okay. Not good. We're not doing good. Can you zoom in on where the snow started over there?
We started like over yonder.
That's like less than a half a mile. And it took us an hour.
Oh yeah,
Like every bit of an hour.
that's good stuff.
And then we have probably
3/4 of a mile.
Oh, my leg fell asleep. And there's the trail over there on top of that hill.
Don't like
I've
this,
been
don't like this one
searching
bit.
for the right one,
Got a nice overhang right up here, just ready to fall at any moment.
but I was ready for something more.
Sun coming right over there, and then right there we got Highway 20. We're gonna be sleeping about 50 feet away from it tonight. But it's dry and it's warm. We're feeling all right. Ready for dinner and a movie night.
See, I've been eating well.
Third night back on trail. Give me a quick sit rep, boys. How we feeling?
And pretty good. I think this is a good campsite. It's going to lift up our spirits a little bit, you know, for the coming trail.
We're not having to rush into our tent because of freezing rain.
That's a plus. Good dry campground. Make a nice little fire. Pretty stoked about that. How about you, Josh? What do you think?
Feeling good.
Today was the best day we've had on trail. The sun shined all day, which was a welcome change from the constant showers we endured the last 2 days. We have a nice campsite tonight, 20 yards from I-20. Depending on conditions, we like to make it to the road to Stehekin tomorrow. If we have good trail and good weather, I think we can do it.
Waste your time on me. Waste your time on me.
So we just had a nice little river crossing. Cole took a nasty spill in the river before we figured out there was a bridge about 30 feet up the rocks.
So he's changing socks after taking a nice bath, lost a trekking pole. I snapped one of my trekking poles earlier, but that bridge was kind of neat. We're at like, I think like 10 miles today. Yeah, right around 10 miles today. Looking to get 20 to get out of this park and hopefully to the road to Stehekin. So fingers crossed we can double what we've done so far.
Waste your time on me. Waste your time on me. Waste your time.
So we got to campsite that I said, you know, we only had like 2 miles to go. Yeah, it turns out we can't camp there because we don't have a pass. Now we have to do a 6-mile road walk. Okay, so we got, I think, about 3 miles down the road, and all of our pole, he had some blisters on his foot, and he had to put a sandal on, and we were making, I think I don't know, it was like 2 hours maybe, or something like that, doing 3 miles, so it was very slow, and all our legs were just killing us, and then just this guy just pulls up next to us and asks us where we're headed and offered us a ride. We've noticed that, we were actually talking about that, we noticed that the kindness of people down here and just how everybody's just willing to help out. And it's been great because they just saved us maybe 4 or 5 hours of walking through the dark, and now we're...
And we wouldn't have found this campsite.
Yeah, and we definitely would have found this campsite because it wasn't marked on our little app that we have, and it was like off the road through a bridge and everything. It was just weird. But now, got a camp set up next to a river, and we're about to eat, and just don't get better than that.
We're doing all right. How many miles we do today?
25.
Sure.
The road ahead, it twists and turns, and the sun beats down and it burns. But I keep on pushing through. And every step quicker than the last, my feet tread down this beaten path, and I keep on pushing through. 'Cause I get up.
Hiker dude Kevin's going with us. Cool old man's picking us up. Gonna take us to go get breakfast at the bakery, and then we're going to the trailhead and hitting the trail. Yeah.
Okay, stop it right there. Let's go back.
Hiker dude Kevin.
Okay, so you're probably wondering who Kevin is.
Nice.
Let us tell you.
Kevin. So,
Kevin, the man, the myth, the legend, Kevin.
Kevin. Since we've been back, I love telling people about Kevin.
this man's incredible. He's brilliant and just like, he's done a lot with his life, and it was just really great, you know, hearing his stories and stuff like that, and hearing all the stuff he's accomplished.
We met up with Scoutmaster Kevin in Stehekin or something like that, and we hiked for like 3 weeks with them. I was so blessed, we were so blessed to be able to hike with him, because he had already done the CDT and he was so knowledgeable about everything and just had a lot of wisdom about through hiking in general.
So initially we weren't sure, I think it's probably went both ways, the three of us to him and him to us. We weren't sure what to think of each other, because, you know, you meet people and about a 50-50 chance if you're gonna click with them, get along with them. And I mean, there's no way to know. But I mean, I don't think anybody thought we would stay together as long as we did, or that we would become as close as we did.
For some reason, we just, you know, we stuck together. With one of us got way behind, you know, we'd all pull off to the side and wait, and we camped with him a few nights, and we just, I don't know if it was just us being out on the trail together and just like with no one around, just getting to know each other. It just made it 10 times better. But this man, it was definitely a struggle leaving and not being able to hike or be around Kevin anymore.
He also had a great sense of humor, which was very important to be able to have a sense of humor on the trail. He kept it light in some of the roughest times on the trail. You know, there's pretty dangerous spots, and I was just glad that he was there with us going through that, you know.
He's like one of the funniest, smartest, most genuine kindest, wisest people that I've ever met, and I really mean that. He's who I want to be when I'm his age.
Going through hardships with someone like that is what really brings you closer together. And so I was just really glad that he was there with a bunch of us who were kind of green to through hiking, and he was there kind of guiding us through, I guess you could say.
Us having no experience going into the trip, and him having 5,000 miles backpacked prior to the PCT, along with his wisdom when it came to decision making, saved our lives more than once. And that's no exaggeration.
He just makes the funniest comments out of thin air, you know, just come up with something just totally random, but it was just, to us, it was just the funniest thing in the world. And we definitely made another brother while we were out there, and we definitely gonna be keeping in contact with him, but we definitely miss that guy a ton.
As of August 30th, he's still on the trail. I'm wishing him the best of luck. I'm keeping up with him on Instagram and everything like that, and the DM him every once in a while, see how he's doing.
One of the cool things about backpacking in the trail is we were 3 21-year-old guys from Texas, and Kevin is a 58-year-old retired CFO from Minnesota. In normal life, our paths are never going to cross. We never meet Kevin. And that's what's so amazing about the trail. We met out there, and we were all equal. We were all just trying to backpack and trying to have a good time, and at some points trying to survive. But I'm really grateful to the trail for bringing him into our lives, because it was one of my favorite parts of the whole trip, was just being able to meet and get to know him and learn so much from him.
Oh, I miss Kevin. He definitely imparted a lot of wisdom on each of us individually, I think. No, he's definitely a friend for life, and I hope he's doing the best right now.
So, that's who Kevin is.
I was waiting in the undertow, set adrift with featherweight like bow.
Back on trail. Here we go.
I was waiting in the undertow, can't touch the bottom, sit into a tumble. Waves that shake me out of my skin. Never been so easy, losing my direction.
All right, we hiked with Kevin today. Over there, pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
But we did 15 miles. And we met some guys that we saw in Sahica, and they were headed back. And they said that up here the snow hits again, and they said it gets a little sketchy, but we're gonna sit at 15 for today, go to bed. I think it's only 4 o'clock right now, so we're gonna get up early whenever the snow's kind of frozen, get our crampons, and kind of check out the snow for ourselves, see if we're gonna make a call, judgment call, see if we're able to do it. But good night.
Like a friend I've not seen in years, so familiar and strange at once, like a lover who lost her touch. At first I was hesitant, now it seems oh so curious. How'd I wind up so far from home, when I barely had left the shore?
Put in about 17 miles today, got up and over Cloudy Pass. We started at Well, we were up at 4, started about 5:30. This is Seattle River. It's really busy out. It's the 4th of July today. Happy Independence Day. But it's really busy, so most of the sites were taken. These locals pointed us this way. It's gonna work. It's a flat spot to call home. We're probably gonna cowboy camp. Tomorrow we have another pretty good sized pass. We're kind of in a meadow right now, so we'll be starting out with some incline tomorrow, and then hopefully knocking out another 15 to 20 mile day.
And I was waiting in the undertow. You said a drip that fell away like balls, unaware where my heart would flow. I was waiting in the undertow, and I was dreaming of a love I loved. I fell asleep within.
Nothing about today was easy. 3,400 feet elevation gain straight away, and as we neared the pass, snow made finding the trail a task of its own. It took us about 5 hours to make it over and back down the pass before hitting good trail again, a total of 2.5 miles. That's half a mile an hour. Tomorrow looks to be a similar day, a big climb in the morning before making it up and over Fire Creek Pass. About halfway up Fire Creek, and it was around that time that I started messaging my mom. I'd been sending our parents messages every night, just letting them know we were still safe. But I started messaging her saying, can you look at this route or this route? Can you call Rangers just to try to get us some more info, because we had zero service, so that was my only way to communicate with anybody. And she bailed us out big time.
So I got a message from Josh about 3 o'clock on a Monday asking for a favor. He needed to know what the best way out was. I didn't quite understand that they were bailing out. I didn't understand the weather conditions. He had asked about Kennedy Ridge, Lost Creek Ridge versus maybe another way out. Looked a little bit south of there and saw Red Pass, and North Fork Sauk Trail was another way out. A little bit later on, he had messaged me and said, if you need any assistance, you could always notify the Rangers. I called so many people, and finally got to talk to Matthew Riggins, and he was a great assistance. He helped and assured me that Red Pass was difficult, but not near as difficult as Fire Creek Pass. Joshua asked another question, and so I called again and spoke with Erica, another ranger. She was surprised the boys were up there in these conditions. She said that this was not a good time to be up there, and I said, well, my son is young, he's healthy, he's strong, and she said, well, nevertheless, he's lucky. And I had been good up until that point. When she said that, I thought, wow, somebody's looking out. God is definitely looking out for Joshua and the boys. So we had decided at that point that North Fork Sauk Trail was going to have to be the bailout. That was going to have to be the trail they took, and they were going to have to go over Red Pass in order to do it.
What's up, guys? Today is July 7th, and we are en route to Red Pass in the morning, and it was a pretty crappy day, and it's been rainy, it's been snowy, foggy. Last night we had a cowboy camp. We didn't have anywhere to put up our tents, and so we had a cowboy camp, and then it started raining on us last night. We got through some really sketchy parts where, you know, most of the time we don't even know where the trail is. We can't see it, and so we use Gut Hook app so we can find the trail. And we're going over Fire Creek Pass, and we didn't know where the trail was, and it was like, the angle was bad, like probably a 75-degree angle or more, and it's covered in snow, and we don't know where the trail is, so we're kicking out steps, and we're trying to find our way. It's just our situation right now. So that's why we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna do Red Pass, get on that shorter trail, get to a parking lot and get out of here, and hopefully skip on down to Oregon, because it is just dangerous and sketchy, and I nearly died twice the other day just sliding. Luckily I had an ice axe and some trees to save me. It was just bad news all the way around. I don't want to get hurt out here doing this, and I'm definitely not the snow mountaineering kind of guy anyway, so I'm kind of glad we're skipping. I don't know how much footage we actually got of all the bad conditions, because it's hard to have your camera out in those bad conditions when you're trying to keep your balance on the side of a mountain. Anyways, it's going pretty good. Not really. All right.
Excited to eat my pizza. Hi, my name's Brad, and I'm cold.
What would we just do, Bradley?
Did some mountaineering, climbed up the side of a mountain. Yeah, it was very sketchy. Josh brought us up here. Now he had to see a man about a horse.
I'm wondering what we just did.
We got to this little where we could bail out point, and we're just gonna get a hitch into Sky Commerce, which we're waiting on right now. The guy's gonna pick us up, and we're gonna spend a few days there, kind of recuperate. Josh's foot's messed up a little bit. We're all really sore, and we're just gonna kind of talk it out, figure out what's gonna go on. We may skip down to Oregon and just start there, but we'll keep y'all updated. Okay, so our friend Kevin, his dad's about to pick us up. Well, not about to. He's picking us up at like 12:30, 1 o'clock. And we're gonna drive down to Snoqualmie, pick up our resupply, and then we're going to go to Cascade Locks, that's it. And we're gonna stay a few nights and then hop on at the border of Oregon and start heading south, because we're gonna skip all the snow here, because that sucks, and we're done with it.
Let me tell you a story. When I was young, I had dreams of glory. All these mistakes seem to come like a flood, until my days, they were done. Feel like.
Alright, we're finally leaving. We got, I think, like 10 miles today, something like that. But Kevin's waiting down in the lobby, finishing off some things I gotta pack, and we're on our way.
Well, I say run, let it shine that glory. Like you were young and you had no worries, like there was no fear or doubt to fill your heart. Oh no, 'cause all your days just begun. 'Cause you don't have to feel like wishful thinking. Pick yourself up and move to the beat of
Oregon's been amazing so far. It's been, except for this portion right now, it's been relatively, flat, same elevation, and no snow so far. And the weather's been amazing. It's just a hot, sunny day. So we have 500 feet of elevation left, and then we are gonna eat some rice and tuna and go to bed. Bye.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you. So come on.
You next, Kevin?
Oh, even my hands stink, bro.
Have you heard about summer snow? When it falls on you, your blood runs cold. Don't you
Crunchy
sweat
peanut
the
butter?
skin?
You go any other way, you're wrong.
Cause it melts away for its
You're wrong.
And you dream about this very night when the moon runs down the summer sky. Could it be the morning of the spring when the sea runs dry and start to sing? Have you heard from the sky all about it? Down the river, high tide flows around it. Through the whispers of pines, I hear them sing. The more you love, the more you live. Do you ever
Mikey, right here we got a live Bradley Reed right here. In the wild. Natural habitat. I'm gonna poke it with a stick. Oh yeah!
never thought ahead of my 2 feet? Never had a care in the world, you see. Have you heard from the sky all about it? Down the river, high tide flows around it. Through the whispers of pines, I hear them sing. The more you love, the more you live. Have you heard from the sky all about it? Down the river, high tide flows around it. Through the whispers of pines, I hear them sing. The more you love, the more you live. Have you heard from the sky all about it? Down the river, high tide flows around it. Through the whispers of pines, I hear them sing. The more you love, the more you live.
Just made camp for the day. 22 miles today with a little side excursion we took this morning. Good day, sore feet, ended with about a 1,200 foot climb. But we got a good spot. Me and Kevin are cowboy camping, so I'm really excited to look up at the stars all night. I think we're about a little under 60 miles from Bend. But we're about to have some dinner. So here's a quick look at our camp tonight. We got Bradley over here. His tent set up. Cowboy camping right here. Cole is right there, and that's where we're going to be cooking over there. And then Kevin is kind of behind this tree here. So a bit spread out, but good spots, good day. Ready for a good night's sleep and another good day tomorrow.
Cause all that I want is for you to be happy with me.
stop at Lally Lake Resort Marina deal. Ran in there, got some cold drinks. Yeah, we all got sodas, and I got some nacho cheese and some tortilla chips and loaded up on those. And we've still got about 6 miles to camp. Well, probably 5 now. The Mountain Dews weren't a good idea. They are fighting back, and I'm regretting every step. It was good to get in, get some cold drinks and relax a little bit. But we're back on now. We got about 45 miles maybe to where Highway 20 intersects, where we'll get picked up and go into Bend, which as of now is gonna be the end of our journey. So we got the rest of the day, 2 more full days and 5 miles on Tuesday, and that'll be wrapping up our PCT adventure for 2020. Mixed emotions about it, but it's been amazing. It's been awesome. The people we've met, the things we've seen. Like I've grown and learned a lot, and it's been good. So just gonna try to enjoy these next 2.5 days and get all I can out of it. Back to walking.
See the way I see, 'cause all that I want is for you to be happy with me.
Cole, Kevin, Brad.
Funny how the distance makes it feel like you're right here. I never thought I'd be the one to say that I can feel your presence with me though you're not around. I'm carrying you with me anyway. And you say you are not alone in this world. You are not.
Last full day.
Yep, last full day. Your hands are disgusting.
So are yours.
Let's go get a shower. Tomorrow.
Still got the shorts on,
What?
David Babusette. Still thriving.
All right. Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Cool.
Oh, high five.
Last day, Kev.
Say you are not alone in this world. You are not alone. You are not alone in this world. You are not alone. Most times I don't understand the reasons that it happened. I don't think I ever really will. Through the noise of this life or the silence of your absence, moments I can hear you whisper still. You are not alone in this world. You are not alone. You are not alone in this world. You are not alone.
And just like that, our journey was over. We simply ran out of money. The bailing and detours made us blow through our already tight budgets much sooner than planned. We said our goodbyes to Kevin and flew our separate ways the following morning. Back to everyday life, back to normal. But every now and then, I'll see a picture or hear a certain song, and I'll remember the 37 days I spent traveling with my best friends, the highs and lows of our journey, and the memories we made. Memories I've tried to portray in this video as best I could, but it doesn't do it justice. It never could. And that's okay. The four of us remember every step of our summer in the mountains.
Alright, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. It really was an amazing experience, and we have a couple of announcements. First off, Kevin is still out there. He's still hiking. Last I heard, he was about to start heading into Yosemite. So as of September 4th, he's still out there crushing miles, and we're super proud of him. We love following him. So I'm going to put below his Instagram and his blog. He does a blog pretty much daily. He updates whenever he comes into town. So I'm gonna put those below, and if y'all wanna go check those out, they're awesome. He's a really funny and smart dude. Secondly, while we were out there, obviously we took videos that you just saw. We also took lots and lots of pictures. So I compiled my favorite 9 images that I took while out there, some panoramics, some portraits, some landscapes, and they are for sale in the store that is linked below right now, ReRouteShop.com, if you wanna go check it out. 10% of every purchase is going to go directly to the Cancer Research Institute, so we're really excited about that. We hope you go check it out and enjoy it. And one last thing, there were lots of phone videos we have that didn't quite make the final cut, so here those are. Enjoy. Thank you so much for your support. Peace.
Look at this. Oh God. Kevin and Cole. In the waterfall.